Happy Monday. I am Rebecca Williams with Leslie Kane Realty, and I wanted to go over a few things, just offer, my opinion and perspective for those of you out there who are continually wondering about the real estate market. Obviously, we've come off an extremely long period of being a seller's market, and now we're starting to see some shift in the marketplace due to related, multiple issues. But I wanted to throw it out there because, without offending anyone, we all know that the media will doom and gloom things. They'll hype things up. They'll make things, they'll downplay some things because they don't want you to pay attention to it. And then they make things, like I didn't watch any of the Johnny Depp information, but just throwing it out there, a lot of people were very intent on that. But there are so many bigger issues and things going on in the world. To me, that's just a distraction. So I do feel like that we especially, have always been manipulated is probably not the greatest word, but, by media and what they want us to think and believe. And we also know that on social media and different platforms that we may use, that most people are using, online platforms and on apps on their phones, you see what feeds into your belief system. It's all in the algorithms. They figure out what you choose and pick and like and share and all this, and then they keep tailor-mating to just feed it into what you believe. So with all that being said, I've met more people in the last couple of years who don't believe this hype and don't believe that hype, and they do believe that it's a distraction. However, everyone, for some reason, when it comes to real estate, believes every single thing they see on TV and in the news and read and articles and things that are happening. So a lot of people believe we're in a bubble. I still don't believe we're in a bubble. 2006, 2007 was built. That was the mortgage industry and the lenders and the financial backing industry. If you've been trying to buy a property in the last few years, you know that lenders have become very much more strict, and we are not in the same subprime mortgage situation that we were back then. Now, are interest rates going up? Yes. Are they still relatively low over the history of interest rates for the mortgages in this country? Yes, they are still low. There is still time to buy. You're still going to be building equity on something if you own it, rather than if you're paying basically 100% interest to your landlord because you've got to live somewhere. Sellers can still sell in this market, and buyers can still buy in this market. Yes, there's been a little bit of a shift. Yes, homes are sitting on the market a little longer. I feel like sellers' expectations need to be, kind of come down to a more realistic level at this point because they're not getting as many offers. Now, are there certain properties that are still going in 24 to 48 hours? Yes, absolutely. But overall, I've seen more price reductions over the last probably last month, than I've seen in the last year and a half to 2 years. And I've also seen, properties that you would assume that would just fly off the market very quickly are not. So there has been a shift. There is a change, but I would just caution in being completely bought into the fear factor that sometimes can be portrayed in the media. Knowing that the system itself is set up very differently as far as a housing crash or housing bubble. Are we headed to or already in the beginning of a recession? Yes. I mean, the Fed is making changes. We know all of those things are affecting us. Only reason I'm saying that is because they fluctuate. They always have. We've just been really blessed. They've been very low for quite some time. This isn't new. It isn't the end of the world. You can still borrow. You can also sometimes buy down your interest rate. That's always been in place as long as I've been an agent. At this point now that sellers, their homes are sitting longer, as a buyer, you might have some advantages to talking to them about buying your interest rate down. There are a lot of different things that you can do to still purchase a home and sell a home and be able to find a new home in this market. And the doom and gloom drives me crazy, and I just wanted to kind of throw a food for thought out at you and to offer just a different perspective. Because to me it's important for me to kind of chime in on this because, again, I get asked literally, if not daily, every 48 hours, I'm asked, how's the market? How's it going? How's it looking? I mean, it is still crazy and wild and busy because thankfully, there's still enough people that need to buy and sell. There's still a huge influx to Texas, and then East Texas, we are still seeing a pretty good market, even for sellers. We get a lot of, Dallas, the Dallas DFW area is still a very hot real estate market, and we are close enough to Dallas that we get a lot of people moving from the Metroplex to this area, but we also get, of course, we have people coming from all over. I've had California buyers, I've got Colorado buyers right now. We've got people from all over coming to Texas for various reasons, but there's also people leaving. But in general, we are still seeing a very huge influx into this area, and like I said, we're close enough to Dallas that we get some overflow, and we also get people with secondary homes that either come here for weekends or they commute into the city for work if they need to just go, and if they can work from home. So we're seeing people don't have to live where they work now, and they can live anywhere and work from home. People are going to continue to move. They're going to continue to buy. They're going to continue to sell. And I'm only just offering a new perspective because I just feel like sometimes the doom and gloom gets to me. It really does. And a lot of it is unwarranted. And a lot of it is, I'm having these conversations with buyers and sellers almost daily, trying to alleviate fears that really shouldn't exist. And yes, our interest rates going up and that affects their bottom line. Yes. But to be honest, then they're probably looking at a more affordable, realistic price range. If the interest rates would affect them that much on what their purchase power is, then they probably needed to stick to this particular plan anyway. But remember, the price you pay on something you're not buying for yourself is 100% interest. Okay, you're paying off someone else's mortgage. They're you're paying and helping build their portfolio or whatever it is they're doing with your money. And it's always the best hedge against inflation is owning real estate. And I quote that from Brian Buffini. Real estate most of the time is only going to appreciate. Now, can I predict the future? No, that's your disclaimer. But, most of the time you own an asset that only will help you use to either create more wealth or at least maintain a certain amount. So just keep those things in mind. I just wanted to throw a few things out there. Again, forgive it, I would say coffee talk with Becca, but I already had my coffee. But anyway, have a great day, and hopefully this helps bring some things into perspective for you. Thanks so much. Bye.